Hello, hello. I'm Ian Schneider, and I'm here today to teach you how to play Ultimate Frisbee. Uh, I have been playing Ultimate Frisbee for 4 years, so I have some experience. Not the greatest, but better than some people. Basics of Frisbee is that you have 2 courts, or 2 end zones, or whatever you want to call it. It's basically a football field, except that it's 70 and then 25 and 25 for the 2 end zones. Basically, you have 7 men on the field at the time. You have one team that hucks it all the way down the field and starts the game. Once you have the disc, you cannot move, but you can pivot on one foot based on if you're right-handed like me, so you pivot off your left foot. If you're left-handed and you pivot off your right foot. You have 2 basic throws for Frisbee. You have flick, you have backhand. Why they're used is whenever somebody's guarding you, they're not always front to front, so you can't always get that easy backhand off. They're usually on your forcing you to throw the flick, so it kind of gets frustrating whenever you can't throw it. Basic way that I use throw the flick is this way. It's a lot of wrist movement, but with practice it's actually fairly easy. It took me a good, I think, 3 to 4 weeks of constant practice, and I got it down fairly well. I'm accurate at long distances, but still short distances I'm not all that good. And in the wind it does add some difficulties. For the backhand, I hold it something like this, or like that actually. The backhand is a lot more, it's not as much wrist movement, even though there is a little bit with the wrist there, but it's a lot more across the body throw, which you don't have whenever you're throwing the flick. Basic, you play for a point, which your 7 people are trying to throw it down the field. You have, depending on what kind of team you are, you usually have 3 handlers, which are people usually very talented with the disc, can juke people all around all day and get the disc down the field if they want to. Then you have people cutters, usually 4 of them, or however many you want, and just count and take away as many handlers as you need. And those people cut the field, trying to get open for the disc. There's easy ways to play defense, which one of the easiest is man-to-man, or in some cases zone. Zone is usually you have 1 man on the person and the others are around him, 10 feet away, and you just want to guard and try to make him so he has to throw a really bad throw. And because of that, it's really good in windy situations, but otherwise that cup can get really tired if they just keep dumping it back and forth all day, which a dump is throwing it behind you. So not going upfield, but going actually downfield. It can be frustrating, but at the same time it's good. Those are the basics of Frisbee. I could go on all day, but let's at least throw it at least once.